I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. Sinking in, I know this feels right.
I am trying to walk a little bit more everywhere that I go. I've been keeping track of my steps, and I don't know about you guys, but walking in front of a treadmill for more than 5 minutes for me is the most boring thing, at least when I'm at the gym, because there's like either a wall in front of me that I have to stare at or a TV screen with like fast food commercials. It's so distracting, and I don't know, I've been trying to like just walk outside, get some fresh air. And I know this is obviously not like a genius concept, but it has been really, really nice. I feel like oftentimes the simplest things are what are best for us, and we get so lost in like all this fitness hype, when if you think about like different areas in the world that have blue zones, like Italy, where I'm from, a lot of parts in southern Italy, you have people living until they're 100 years old, and you know, they walk uphill in a lot of like mountainous regions. They socialize a lot with other people their age. They're like mentally engaged with conversations and socializing, and they're eating all this fresh food and only seasonal produce. I feel like we really get lost sometimes in making everything too difficult. Also, that pimple is huge. Hi guys, good morning. Today is Sunday, and I was just gonna give myself a little bit of like a hair gloss treatment, and yeah, got me thinking about like when you're not I just squirted it everywhere. But I don't know, I was thinking about the whole wellness thing and like this video that I've been wanting to film, but I haven't really been filming. I've been filming like random clips. But my good friend always says that it's important to take care of yourself when like you're not doing super well or when something not so great happens. And I agree, because it's kind of the hardest time to take care of yourself. Like the last thing you want to do is like eat proper food and I don't know, like personal hygiene. Those are all things that kind of like hit the door when you're like not doing great. But I don't know, I've had kind of like a funky past 2 weeks, and I'm obviously not going to get into the details, but sometimes life just starts lifing, you know what I mean? So I thought I would, I don't know, record the day, because I don't know, as much as I've been putting off filming, I really need to take care of myself more, so this can be a good excuse to do so. So I'm thinking for today I'm going to continue with this hair gloss treatment, give myself a nice blowout, because that always makes me feel better, and then put on a little bit of makeup and leave the house. I don't have any plans, any specific things I want to do, but yesterday I stayed home all day and I organized all my clothes, I did some cleaning, and that makes me feel better when I'm not doing great. Something about like just physically like cleaning and having my focus on something that's tangible really helps. But I also need fresh air urgently, so yeah, we're gonna keep me accountable. I'm not gonna spend today at home all day either, because also I live in California and it's stunning and it's sunny here, and there's no reason for me to punish myself and stay home. So yeah, I'm gonna finish ripping out all my hair, but I will talk to you guys soon.
Another day, eternally grateful and like so in love with your new baby. But because I watched that.
Okay, I got that all over my hair. I'm just gonna put this out for a little bit, and while I wait for that to do its thing, I'm gonna make myself a cappuccino. I also wanted to give a recommendation for anybody out there who loves to go to like cafes and try lattes and everything. I have to do research about this because it just cannot be possible, but I just feel like espresso in the United States, don't come at me, it's really terrible. Like if you drink espresso regularly at home and then you try to have it at a coffee shop, it always tastes burnt and it's like this orange color. And I feel like a lot of coffee shops have these incredible coffee machines that make, you know, cappuccino and frothed milk and everything, but it's something about the type of beans that they use that they always taste burnt. And it's crazy. It's almost like having like a really high functioning sports car, but then putting like the wrong like fuel in it and just like ruining it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I wanted to give a recommendation. So tying into the whole conversation of, I feel like we've lost the plot and we're overcomplicating things. People have been making espresso like this in the Mediterranean for centuries. I know that in Naples, where I'm from, for a long time there was the Turkish occupation there, and that's how we sort of adapted the Turkish coffee pot that has slowly over time like become this. But this is a mocha pot. It's still a little bit warm because I just made coffee, and I might have filmed like me making coffee before. This is going to be the best coffee you can have, and this mocha pot is incredibly inexpensive. It's very chic. It's also really nice when you have company over to just make like a little pot of coffee. Like it's not difficult at all. And I've tried Nespresso pods. I've tried so many different kinds of coffee, and I would say like my top two favorite espresso in terms of like quality and how it comes out is either this machine, which is considered old school, but it's not like complicated or like a hassle to use at all, or the coffee that they make in Naples at like the actual coffee shop. I've never had any espresso that's actually really good outside of those two like machines. And then in terms of actual coffee, so I used to have my parents ship me coffee from Italy, but I started using the Caffè Bustelo. I actually tried this for the first time in Miami. It was very good, but it is, I believe it's Colombian coffee. Let me see if it says. I don't know, but anyway, it's very good espresso coffee, and yeah, it doesn't have that burnt taste whatsoever. And I recommend if you try this combo, you can get these on Amazon. I might like link a couple of them. But then I recommend another trick that we do in Naples is also to have your coffee in the fridge. It just stays fresher for longer. In like a vacuum sealed or even like a glass jar. But yeah, so when I like to make my cappuccino, this is what I do. I normally have like my favorite milk frother. It's like a little handheld one from IKEA. It's really like $1.99. They've sold it for at least like 25 years. When I was growing up, my dad would always make my brother and I cappuccinos with like little to no coffee, obviously. And he would always froth it with this handheld one, but it broke the other day. So I need to get a new one, and it's really good because that's also what I use to mix my matcha with. It's just easier. But let's see. In my opinion, the best oat milk out there is the Kirkland brand at Costco. I've tried Oatly, I've tried a bunch of other ones, and this one just seems like the closest consistency wise to regular milk, but it doesn't have like milk flavor. And it also is a little bit sweet, so I a lot of times don't add any like sugar or anything to my coffee, but I literally just like, so simple. And I'm not trying to be like annoying, but I like my coffee so much that usually I don't get coffee when I go to a coffee shop. I'll get like a muffin or something else. I will say the one thing that I miss from having regular milk, because I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't really drink it, there's just something about the frothy level of foam that you can make that you can't really make with oat milk or any other kind of milk. I've kind of given up on it. Sometimes when I use my frother, it makes like a little thin layer of air and bubbles, but it lasts like 10 minutes and then it goes away. So I just heat up my coffee. I add my espresso to my liking. And then I'll either put a little bit of cinnamon on top, or my personal favorite is to put cacao powder or cocoa powder. But I just use this one from Trader Joe's, and I have one of these guys. I'll show you. Hopefully you can see in the frame, but I just do this. And look at that. You have a little cappuccino. And sometimes I even have, this is like definitely, the whole conversation was about like being Italian and being authentic, and then we're going on a completely different direction, but sometimes I'll put my chocolate protein powder in there when I want to like be healthier. And it's actually very good because it's milk. Yeah, that took me way too long, but here we are. The moment of truth. Let's see if my efforts will pay off. Guys, being a girl is exhausting. Okay. Well, my hair smells really nice. I'll take that. She's cute. Okay. This side always turns out better than this side. Boop. Well, it certainly doesn't look bad. The problem is, once you start doing heatless blowouts and like heatless curls, nothing will compare, because this doesn't look bad, but it's just so much effort, and I feel like in a couple of hours it might be a bit flat, but I don't want to be negative. I'm gonna finish getting ready and we'll finally leave the house.
They will come, they will come, like the sun, like the sun.
The sun is out and suddenly I'm in a much better mood. Who would have thought? But I actually really enjoyed going to the mission. They still have like a monastery inside that I thought it was really cool. I think it was built in the 1700s and they still had monks inside, which was very cool. Although I don't think they're called monks. They're called, I'm not sure what it's called in English, priests, I guess, but they're not your traditional priests. They're the ones that have the brown robes with the rope. I'm not sure. But I just went to Lazy Acres for the first time, and it's a grocery store here in California. I don't know if they're new or they just opened a new location, but I got like in the mail some like promotional coupons. So I just went, and as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. It's like all wooden inside. I feel like Whole Foods is really nice. This is like even nicer than Whole Foods, if you can believe that. But I got some free organic strawberries, which look how beautiful. I feel like my outfit is also giving strawberry. I have like red shoes on, but they smell really good too. And then I got some ice cream. I think this is gonna be good because it's like a nice quality ice cream. But the most important part, I got some sweet treats for my husband and I from when he gets off work. I feel like it'll go good with the ice cream. This one is a apple Danish. Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh, it smells really good. And then I got I think it's dark chocolate, but it is a brownie. That looks really good because it has nuts inside. It got really hot and sunny here, so I think I'm gonna put this ice cream away in my freezer back home and then just spend like the last hour before my husband gets off out and about. I've missed the sun so bad, so yeah, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
They will be, they will be.
And you guys know I'm happy when I'm at the beach. What can I say? Also, I just paused my headphones. I was listening to like really good house music. And then I heard music from like the speakers, and I looked across and it looks like there's like a mini like beach party. And I wish I could just go there and like vibe with everybody, but I'm not that kind of person. Like, it would be a little bit awkward, like, hey guys. I'm sure they wouldn't care, but they might be like college students. I don't know. But they're vibing for sure. Maybe if my husband meets up with me at the beach, we can both kind of like make our way over there. I don't know. But I'm just chilling. I'm having a little poppy orange soda. And yeah, I really need it, even if it's gonna be like 10-15 minutes at the beach, because I don't know, California is amazing. Santa Barbara is amazing, but it's been rough. Like April to June has just been super gloomy, and it might sound dramatic, obviously it doesn't get that cold here, but it's like when the rest of the world is starting to experience summer, here all of a sudden it's gotten like super gloomy and dark all day. So it's kind of annoying, you know, but I'm hoping that this week will be a little bit sunnier. And yeah.
Like the sun, like the sun. There will be
What?
Can't really be enticed, although it's very nice. In my space, I feel more.
I also completely forgot to give you guys an update on the patio. I remember in the last video I said that I wanted to straighten it up a little bit since summertime was coming, and then I never showed it, but I mostly just rearranged some stuff. I'm waiting till we get to our new space to like buy things and really invest, because I know that we're gonna be leaving soon. So we just have like some extra plants, and I just, like I said, moved a couple things around. I feel like it's really difficult to make it look nice out there, because this is basically like, can you tell it was windy? This was basically a house that was then divided into multiple apartments, and the apartment that we have is where the main like electrical hubs are, all the water, heater, etc., etc. So there's all these like metal tubes outside, and the electric like breeder, whatever. So I tried to fill it up with plants, and I moved the surfboard so it was covering a couple things, but it's kind of obvious that it's like in front of all those things. So I'm not even gonna fight it too much, but it's just nice to be out there, to be able to eat something and just have a little bit of extra space. But yeah, I was planning on going to the gym today. It is Monday, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm really not. It's not even a matter of like not having the mental or the physical ability to go, but it's just like mentally I feel like I wouldn't be able to focus, I guess. I've just been like in this funk, and I figured I would just go home, maybe like bake a little bit, do something like creative, like arts and crafts or something, and just, instead of like forcing myself to do something and then feeling disappointed because I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna like want to leave after 10-15 minutes, I decided to just go with the flow, because weightlifting is already something that you need like mental, you need to like hype yourself up and like motivate yourself to want to do things. So if you're already like not fully wanting to do something, or you're distracted, you're just kind of wasting your time. So yeah, but time for us to have a nice little night by myself until my husband gets home, and then we can have a nice dinner together. Okay, so this is where we are for the evening. We're doing a little bit of girl dinner, except it's girl snack. But I have some of that ice cream that I got yesterday, and it's actually very good. It's just like a sweet cream is the flavor, so it seems boring, but it's like really high quality. So I have some of that ice cream with the strawberries and some pine nuts. I'm also probably gonna, this is how my mind works, I'm also gonna probably have peanut butter and jelly on bread. And then a chocolate protein shake, but warm. So it's like hot chocolate vibes. So yeah, watching a movie. Probably once I'm done eating my ice cream, I will put together all the banana bread ingredients and throw that in the oven as well.
From the first moment I saw you, I knew I had to make you mine. Wanted to know everything about you. I didn't want to waste no time. What's something I can do for you, darling? That would make you.
I realized that in most of this video, I'm just saying like, oh, I'm not in a good mood, I'm not gonna go to the gym, and then I just am randomly eating something. But I can successfully say that I'm feeling better, that I think I'm out of my funk, and yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym today. I also finished reading that book that I had showed you guys, and it was a really good book. I wrote down the author's name so I can see like other books that he's written. I've never really done that before, like seek out a book for a certain author. Usually I'll just like find a random book and I like it, and I really do read the most random things. So I'm gonna go to the library today and see if they have it, and just keep this whole reading thing going because it's good for me. But I'm sure that the sun, there's an airplane going by. I'm sure that the sun coming out is a big reason why I feel better. Like, it's just how human beings work. But I also am on the hunt for a hairstylist here in Santa Barbara that can help me figure out my like wavy hair texture, because it's really difficult. I feel like I never really like how my hair looks. So yeah, I think the next video I'm gonna do is like kind of like a little glow up video, like get my hair situated, maybe do my nails, and I don't know, just different things like that. But I thought I would hop in because this video is mostly me like filming myself eating, not a lot of talking. So yeah, but today is Wednesday, so I have a couple of things going on for the rest of the week, and then I'll probably wrap up the vlog. So I'm gonna try and film that again, but I am just going on my lunch break at work. I'm gonna go get some film developed for my film camera, which will be exciting. There's some pictures on there for my birthday. And then I wanna go to the library and get that book that I was telling you guys about.
I'll bring you flowers, girl. Enough to see for miles. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure, girl, my love is always yours. Something's changed, baby, this I know. Summer rains turn to winter snow, but I promise you for sure.
Hi guys, I just went to the dentist this morning to pick up my Invisalign trays, which is an exciting new development. But I have a couple of extra minutes, so I thought I would do just a tiny bit of makeup before I get to the office and just have like a final chat and then finish up this vlog. But I think it's interesting that my intention for this video was to talk about all things wellness, to do things that, usually I do for my wellness routine. So like gym, eating a certain way, getting like 10K steps. But the main thing that I wanted to, give me a second, I'm gonna get all my stuff out and do my makeup. The main takeaway that I wanted to give from this video was that wellness looks different every day. It looks different for everyone, and it's about just doing what is good for you, and that can look different every day, you know, especially as women. Like maybe one day we're gonna get our period and we're gonna feel terrible, and wellness that day is definitely not gonna be going to the gym, getting 10K steps, eating super healthy. It's quite the opposite, you know, resting, making sure that you're also sort of tracking your period and maybe like training at the gym in alignment with where you are in your cycle, or eating more nutritious and sort of heavier foods, like more fattening foods and enriching foods when you're on your period. You know, just doing the things that you need to do to like be realistic with yourself and not necessarily have this like self-punishment, I think, because at the end of the day, like having a healthy life means being healthy for the rest of your life and feeling good while doing it. And this week I had like an incredibly unexpected like family thing that happened, and I just couldn't do it. Like I feel proud of myself that I tried my best to still sort of take care of myself, and even me recognizing that I didn't have the energy to go to the gym or to cook certain things, and allowing myself to do that is a lot compared to maybe how I would have felt in the past, where I would have like beaten myself up for it, you know? Because I do think that there's a lot of things in life that you cannot opt out of. Like, I mean, most people, including myself, I have a job I have to go to. I kind of have to put on a face. You know, you have to dress a certain way. You have to act a certain way. You have to sort of perform in society. So, at least when it's just you with yourself, like being truly honest with yourself and doing actually what you need, I wouldn't even call it selfish, but just like looking out for yourself is the greatest gift that you can give yourself in a world where you always have to give to other people. Even just as like a woman, I feel like there's a lot that is expected for you to give to other people. So yeah, overall, I feel like I was able to get out of my little funk, and I still managed to like put in effort with my outfits a little bit. And also another thing, like reaching out to people when you're not doing good. It's something that I'm not the best at. So also just, you know, telling my husband like, hey, I'm not feeling great today. I'm not feeling in a really good mood. I'm feeling a little bit sad. Because the people who really care about you will comfort you and know what you need to feel better. So yeah, just gonna finish up my makeup here. But as always, thank you so much for watching, especially for anybody who stayed till the end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
When you're close to me, that's where I want you to always be. I didn't know when I found you